3, 2, 1.
Hi, I'm Danny Queen. Welcome to another exciting edition of Color Me Poetry this evening. We have a wonderful guest with my brother all the way from Jamaica by way of the DMV, and we glad to have this good brother here. He's a poet of the highest order in the person of Trevor Lawrence. Welcome, brother. Welcome to Color Me Poetry, man.
Thank you very much, my friend Danny. I am very privileged and honored to be here today, and hoping that we will just have a great time sharing.
Well, ain't no hope to it, man. We're going to kick this thing to
right.
high heaven.
No problem,
today,
man.
right now.
All
Look,
right.
what you been doing, man?
Well, I've been working in the school system all these years, and from time to time I do write and perform my poetry, you know, sometimes here, sometimes in Canada.
So what's it like performing in Canada?
Well, Canada was a different audience. Well, depends on
Different
where
vibe.
it was. Different vibes, different audience.
Yeah.
There I had a mainly Caribbean community there in Toronto, so I focused on that. I also wrote poems which also focused in terms of the Jewish culture as well, because then there's a strong Jewish culture there. So I was able to really just perform over a wide cross-section audience.
Strong Caribbean community as well.
Very strong Caribbean community in Toronto.
Wow,
area.
that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yes.
Yes. So does that affect your writing?
Wherever I go, I always try to adapt myself to that particular
To the culture.
to the culture. Just like water, you adapt yourself to any container.
That's
so
right. Yeah, you put water in anything, man.
and take on the shape. So
Yeah.
you're in America. I basically adapt myself to the scenario, and that poem, that book over there that you see right there,
Yes, this one.
presidential empowerment, that
Yes.
took place just when I just came to the United States and was teaching at one of the schools there.
So
And,
this is a collection of what?
a collection of poems all about President Obama before he started ruling as a president.
Okay.
And so many of the poems that are written in that book are really predictions made by my ninth graders at the time.
Wow. Now you gonna share some of those?
I'm going to share some of them as they,
Yes.
as the time
Whenever you
comes.
get ready.
Yes, no problem.
Yes.
And
And that's gonna be interesting too to hear some of the perspective of young people.
because then
Before he became president.
Before he became president, because
Wow.
at that time, many wondering if he was going to live to see the presidency, because
Really?
then
Young people talk
yes,
that way?
yes, and
Wow.
they never knew that that he would have won,
Well,
because
we
that
didn't
had
know
never
that.
happened before.
Yeah.
And so the poems basically express that enthusiasm. They spoke about it in detail. They predicted the gas price coming down. There were so many predictions
Really?
that they made. And I said to myself, looking over back on their work in 2016, I said, no, I have to put these work together in an official, in an official sense. And so that's what I did. So
I say Obama was the unprecedented
Yes.
president, if you will.
yes.
Because, like you said, nobody knew, nobody had an inkling of anything, that would happen in America, because it's never happened.
It never happened before.
So in that sense, it was unprecedented.
Yes.
Yes.
And so with my students' mind at the time, I taught them the strategy for doing balance at the time.
Okay.
Because many didn't know just exactly how they were going to write a poem. And
They'd never written before.
They've never written before. And so after teaching them how to write one, and the president has just won the election, I said, now I want you to put this ability and this skill into producing poems which reflect what you know about the president.
But how do you teach young people? How do you teach anybody how to write a poem? I don't know how.
Well, put it this way. Most poems have different structure. So once you teach them the structure,
Yes.
the creativity will fall within that particular structure. For example, to write a ballad, you need to tell a ballad is a poem that tells a story.
Yes, of course.
As rhymes and a repeating line.
Yes.
And so if you can remember any story, you can put it into ballad poetry. I could say
So you think are you saying that anybody could write?
anybody can write a
You
poem.
believe
Anybody can write a poem. They can be taught the structure. Another thing, Danny,
Yeah,
is
but the
that-
gift. They can be called the structure, but do they have the gift?
All right, let me explain that to you.
Okay.
Every one of us, every single one of us, as creativity inside of us. We are
What
able to
kind of
make
novel?
something
Yes. Mhm.
that has never done before.
Right.
And I can tell you that every one of us can create something, whether by cooking, whether by making, whether by writing. Something that has never been done before can be done by anyone. We intrinsically have that creativity. But once you're taught, I can teach you how to write. I can teach my students how to write a 5-paragraph essay when they are confused. Just anything. Once you follow the structure, I can teach you how.
What about the elements of style?
All right, element. Well,
That has to be developed though.
you can. I understand.
Over time?
Over time, but you can also show them models and examples of those.
Yes, of course.
And once they've seen the models and examples of those, if they see personification,
Yes.
they would know how to represent personification.
Yes.
The curtains waved at me.
The
And,
doorknob spoke to me as I
spoke
went
to
out
me.
the door.
Thank you. See, and so once you taught them personification,
What it means.
what it means,
Yeah.
you know, that will make a mighty big difference. And other elements, you know, so it's always a beauty as once you teach them, and you see that light lit up, and so the book basically reflected that. And that is a book that I'm hoping one of these days that I will have available to the whole United States.
At readings, brother, I've seen young people stand up and just do a poem right over the top of the head. Forget what they call it.
Spoken word.
Spoken word. It's spoken word, but there's another term. But when I hear them do that with nothing written down, they just come right off the top of the head and they making it up as they being creative as they go along.
That's creativity that's actually coming along.
Yeah,
and,
but that's stream of consciousness, isn't it?
Yes, well, I tell you, well, that is true because once practice becomes perfect.
Yeah.
I'm speaking to you right
I mean,
now.
these young people, man. I was like, wow.
After a while, it becomes perfect. And I remember many years ago when I was 15 years old. And
You
I
did
was,
that?
And I started writing from when I was about 14.
Okay.
But when I was 15, I've always wanted to master the English language. But the strong Jamaican dialect was prevalent and dominant. And every time I would seek to speak, the dialect would just come out that strong. But over a number of years, you know,
But
perfected.
how does that affect the written word? I'm
No.
just talking about speaking.
No, what I'm saying basically, I was just trying to let you know that just as how the young people can just speak with a flow like that.
Yes.
After practice, things come perfect after a while, and I was just using myself as an example.
Okay.
You know, so for me, I in terms of the young people speaking, at age 15 and at that time, I realized a very important figment of performing, or even say speaking poetry,
Okay.
is that you have to be the character that you are playing, and you know that.
You got to bring it.
You have to bring it. So
Yeah.
you are an actor, you know, or a female, you're an actress, you know, or you have to. You look at your greatest actor out there in their position of demonstration, and if you're the poet, you're pushing that person.
You know, it was a great example. It's great you said that because that you make me think of the late great Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee,
All right.
and how they read Langston Hughes's poetry. And when they read it, Langston read, but he didn't have that dramatic flair that they had because he wasn't an actor, but he was a great writer.
Thank you. There
But
you go.
when Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee, I have a CD where they reading Langston Hughes, man, they just bring so much to it.
And
you know?
that's what it's all about.
Yes, you feel it.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank
you feel it deeply. And I remember them reading some pieces of Langston from Langston Hughes's The Simple Tales of Simple. Man, it just comes alive. And then again, Ozzy had that voice too, though.
Well, it's a combination of everything. Once you're doing the poem and you're doing it in the spoken form,
Yes.
the voice,
Yes.
the expression, the cadence, the whole gesticulation, articulation, everything has to
Comes together.
this comes together. You are an actor, and you're the best at that craft because there's no dead poetry. There might be a dead poet, but there's no dead poetry. Any word can be brought to life. Any word can be invigorating. Any word can actually be enlightened. It's just the way you say it. It's just the way you express it.
Yes, the way you express it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So it's very, very
But
important.
sometimes you have people who may feel it, but they don't have what it takes to express it that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, they may not have, because everyone's an individual, and everybody don't have the same gift. But there's some people who may not write poetry, but they'll pick up a piece of poetry and read it like nobody you ever seen.
Thank you. Thank you. That's it.
As if
Right.
they wrote it.
You're right.
Yeah,
Because
as if they
they're
wrote it.
able to go within the character
Yes.
of the poem.
Yes.
Within the mood of the poem. If the poem called you to rise in your voice, you rise. If it's called you to be calm,
Yes.
whisper, smile. Angry.
Now, I had a young lady on about a month ago, Rhonda Crittenden. Rhonda's not a poet, but when she pick up a piece of literature, there's something in her voice, there's something in her spirit that comes through that poem when she reads it.
There you go.
So she's an interpreter.
Well, you do have that too, because then sometimes, as you said, some people can write it, just like some songwriters.
That's right.
They write the songs,
Yeah,
and Beyonce take it to the billions.
yeah, that's true.
You know, so
So everybody who writes a song don't necessarily sing that song.
don't necessarily sing that song.
Yeah.
But you know the words. So we just never know. There's so many avenues for
Yeah.
poets.
Yes, in many different forms.
Many different.
All right, let's do
forms.
some poetry, man. We talking poetry. Come on with it.
This poem, when you asked me to come on your program, I thought of this poem first. This poem was written as a tribute, remember, to the Jewish Holocaust and as to our Holocaust, because then the black man also had a Holocaust. But we'll get into that discussion. And the poem is entitled, "I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine?" I believe 6 million cried. I believe 6 million sighed. I believe 6 million fried. I believe 6 million died. I believe the event and I believe the time. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? I believe Jews were pursued and slaughtered. I believe 6 million were martyred. Atrocities, concentration camps, journeys to the furnace ramp. Put to death by Nazis' hate. Put to death untimely fate. Genocide, clearly defined. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? I believe your people faced rejection, refugees, dejection. I believe the world had mixed opinion, nations oblivion. None to your rescue, none intervene, none to intercept the bloody scenes. Many were deaf, many were blind. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? I believe you were robbed of prosperity, forced to adversity, stripped of your possessions by Nazis' obsession, medical experiments many a times. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? Do you believe 20 million left and only 10 million arrived? African slaves, how many survived? Packed like sardines in the bottom of a ship, subjected to the crack of a whip, torn from a culture, a peaceful mind. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? Do you believe in humane treatment on the plantation? Atrocities before emancipation, our women raped, humiliated, family values desecrated, the whips and dogs to keep us in line? I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? 20 million left. 10 million arrived. African slaves, how many survived? Thrown overboard, suffocation, suicide, treacherous middle passage, ocean ride. Slaves traveling scared and frantic, crossing the vicious Atlantic. Atrocities clearly defined. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine? I believe 6 million cried. I believe 6 million sighed. I believe 6 million fried. I believe 6 million died. 20 million left. 10 million arrived. African slaves, how many survived? 2 Holocausts, 2 different times. I believe in your Holocaust. Do you believe in mine?
Wow. Woo, my brother. Lord have mercy. The House of Horror. We disrupt your programming to bring you this bulletin. Equality is dead, drowned in the bathtub of deceit by its wicked stepmother, Liberty, while in the adjacent room, the unworthy father of democracy attempts to sleep off the intoxicating effects of ingesting too many unkept promises. And down the hallway, the ancient, ever-present, withering nanny, racism, wears a sinister sneer as she spoon-feeds porceless leftovers of hatred to their only offspring, justice. This has been a test to be continued by my brother, James F. Queen, House of Horror.
Wow.
Man, that was a beautiful thing you did, man. What made you write that poem, man?
We have to tell a story, Danny. You're
Wow.
telling a story. I'm telling a story. I am concerned that the story is being lost with modern technology and the obsession with social media. You and I have to cry. We have to run. We have to do it on the mountaintop. We have to do it in the valleys. We have to do it in the tunnels.
Tell the story.
We have to tell the story.
Yes.
And you're telling the story, and I'm trying to tell the story. But the storytellers have to be out there. And I think our generation, they have to know the story. Because once they know the story, it makes a mighty big difference how they continue with that legacy from the story.
That's a beautiful thing when you think about it, man. Yes. What else you got for us?
Yeah, the other poem that I have, many years ago when I just moved to Marlborough, I was going from where I live and walking down to a nearby church there. And I stumbled on this quarter. It was beaten up and crushed up and battered up.
A quarter?
A quarter on the
On
road.
the ground?
On the ground. So I took it up. And I wrote the poem, The Quarter.
I'll take it up too.
The Quarter of Value.
Wow.
The Quarter of Value. So
Okay.
this poem was in my early days, probably about 2007 or 8,
Wow.
written right there in Upper Marlborough.
Okay.
One Sunday morning as I crossed a street, I found a quarter under my feet. On the street, it had been a resident, but I could still see the president. I quickly placed it in my wallet, a place I wouldn't forget. I could sense some value, but that's my opinion. What would the bank say? It has dominion. The next day I showed a bank teller, who looked at me as some strange fellow. I asked if she could value this quarter to change. Broken, beaten, unusually strange. She didn't hesitate, she didn't fickle. She asked me if I wanted 2 dimes and a nickel. Surprised, I loosened my collar and asked if I had 3 quarters, would I get $1? Of course, she said. It's valued just the same. It's still money. There's no shame. This busted up quarter is a legal tender. Same value, whomever the spender. Then a thought came to mind. It's just like Christians sometimes, busted and beaten by the trials of life, torn by war and lag and strife, but still has value of great price, all because of Jesus Christ. Though trodden like a garment old, still possesses hidden gold. In the eyes of many unknown, in the sight of God, precious stone. God's riches are still sure, such a one is never poor. A Christian is gold all around, no matter what surrounds. Salvation brings value through Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior, pearl of great price.
Wow, the quarter.
The quarter.
Well, I got some money too. I got a money poem, and it's simply entitled, Pay Me My Money. This is a reparations poem, y'all. Just so you pay me all that I'm due. If you have to rob Peter to pay Paul, that's on you. I'm coming from all ends just to make ends meet, so I'm overworked, underpaid, and dead on my feet. Don't want to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money, all of my money, just as soon as you can. I can't help but to regret it, because sometimes it's gone before I get it. And if I had what's due to me instead of just make and do, I could pay Peter, Paul, and Mr. Bobo too. Don't mean to rain on nobody's parade, but I want what I need, and I'm trying to get paid. And if you don't have it, no, I won't try and understand. So pay me my money, all of my money, just as soon as you can. Pay me my money. Wow. It's going to be more than a quarter, too. I'm telling you, you're talking reparations. A billion quarters plus. Wow, man. Poetry is such a beautiful language.
Permit me to say this one. I know you haven't asked me to say another poem, but I written this one many years ago while I was still lived in Toronto, and I realized that there were many black youth getting shot.
Come on with it.
And so it was, the poem was written around that time. That was probably about 20 years ago or more. And it's called Driving Under the Influence of Blackness.
Ooh, come on with it.
I was driving down the street, moving to the rhythm of the beat. My eyes browsed the rear view and caught the sight. It was the cop's flashing light. He approached the car, holster slightly ajar. What did I do this time, I asked. I wasn't going fast. The cop plainly replied, these are the reason why. You've gone beyond the line. You're in the wrong place at such a time. You fit the description. 400 years of society's depiction. This is simply a citation for being a member of the black nation. You've gone beyond your parameter. It doesn't matter the speedometer. The car you have could have been stolen property. After all, you should be living in poverty. The prison is filled with people of your kind. Their very color is a crime. Then I said, but officer, I'm not a criminal. There is no lackness. I'm simple driving under the influence of blackness. He ordered me from the car, told me to spread my legs ajar, placed the chains in my hand for a crime I didn't understand. Then to my utmost fright, he began to read me the most unusual right. You have the right, if your skin is not white, to be mistreated, ill-treated. You have the right to be convicted once blackness is depicted. You are blamable, frameable, defamable. Your match Susan Smith's description. And I cried, but officer, I'm not a criminal. There's no lackness. I'm simple driving under the influence of blackness. The officer continued the conversation. I have to find a reason for incarceration. I'm doing society a favor to protect your urban's behavior. In chains you arrived, in chain you must stay. Chain is still the order of the day. Your freedom is a menace to society. I must read your presence in the city. Who is going to believe you? Your word against mine. A black man loses every time. The cards are stacked against you. You're blamable, frameable, defamable. So I kept crying. But officer, I'm not a criminal. There's no lackness. I'm simple driving under the influence of blackness.
Wow. Woo. Have mercy. This too shall pass. Though my heart is broken and my mind is numb, I know any day now my change is going to come. Yesterday I was down and out and in a daze, but I'm so glad I know trouble don't come to last always. And just when my lost faith came up found, the power of belief turned my world around. So with faith as my life's long guide, I know in my soul that there is a brighter side. And because trouble don't always come to last, in my heart I know that this too shall come to pass.
Wow. Story got to be told, Danny.
Got to be told. We don't
Story
tell it.
got to be told.
Who gonna tell it if we don't tell it, my brother?
You know,
We
got to be
tell
told,
it.
and it got to be told in a way where there are no interruption or disruptions when we begin to
And
speak.
sometimes we just have to stop lying to ourselves. You know? Because some of us pretend that it's not what it is. No, it is what it is.
That poem was written, like I said, over 20 years ago. Probably about, because I've been here 13 years. And then that poem was written when I just arrived in Toronto around 1996 from another part of Canada.
Wow.
You know, so, and that was written probably around 97 or 98. And so it's really...
Right here in Upper Marlboro. Right here in Upper Marlboro.
That poem was written in Canada.
Oh, okay. No, the one before.
The quarter valley was written in Upper Marlboro.
Okay.
Right, as I walked in the street, you know,
Wow,
and
man.
so.
Well,
that
you
was-
get the deep end up in here, man. I'm saying, like, wow. That's beautiful, though, man. That God has blessed you with that gift, man.
I'm very thankful, Danny.
Okay, now I want to talk about the book here and the kids and how this, came about. You said that the kids in the class.
I was doing I was doing a
Yeah,
unit.
let's show that.
I was doing a unit
Get it closer.
in around October and ballads.
Okay.
Yeah, the book is called Presidential Empowerment, with the acronyms POEMS.
Wow.
POEMS.
Okay.
POEMS, and the acronym stands for President Obama Empowers Many Students.
Wow.
And so I challenged my students at the time. Use your new talent of ballad writing and
Okay.
tell me all you can about President Obama, because they witnessed the campaign. They saw
It's all of
everything.
that, yeah.
But the beautiful thing about it is when they put their hands to those papers and they began to write, and the creative flow just came out.
How that make you feel when you see those young people, man? That's a high.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
you're reaching young people, man.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Oh,
that was
man.
beautiful at the time. And so at the time, what I did, the way I got a little package and I slapped it together
Right.
and gave each one of them to take home to their parents. It was a slap together. and that was 2008. But as it came to 2016,
Right.
I revisited that booklet,
Mm-hmm.
and I looked at the poems, and I says, "Wow,
Wow.
these students were onto something."
Yeah, young minds.
And what do? Do I throw these out because then the year had ended with them and I wasn't teaching them anymore? Or do I preserve this for America's legacy?
Yes.
I had to make a choice.
Preserve it. Yes.
Do I preserve these poems for America's legacy?
And posterity.
And my man.
Posterity.
And so I had to make the
Generations
choice, and I, collected the work together. I got it officially edited and everything. I did a lot of groundwork to get it to this level, and because then eventually I would like America to get into the minds of those African American teenagers, or there were a few Latin Americans there as well, and just to get into their minds and to see what they were thinking at that time.
Let's share some of those pieces. You want to read a couple of those pieces?
Yes.
Please, brother. Because I'm
And these are poems written by the students.
okay.
From
What high school? We got to say that at the time.
high school in it's just high school in Maryland.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay.
And
The DMV.
yeah, DMV, an high school in the DMV area.
Okay.
This one is entitled Obama, Man of the Hour. Obama is the man of the hour. He had a long journey to be the man with the power, to change the world and accomplish more than President Bush ever had in store, for a better life and a safer community, to help you all out. Is that too hard to see? He changed the world by just running for the office. Not even the strongest hater can stop this, because this man here is the man with the plan. So just have faith and remember, Obama, yes we can.
Wow. Oh, that's beautiful. Young people.
That was there you go. This was written December 12th, 2008.
Wow.
And this one
Wow.
This one says these are two verses. On the day for people to vote, everyone was excited. They woke up that morning and didn't do nothing. And then I heard people say, Obama, black and strong, can change what's going on. Then finally they said that he won. People started hugging, running out their houses saying, Obama.
Wow.
And so there are a couple here that it really, that was one of them. And I remember this one, it says, Barack Obama is a U.S. president. Who knew? Black people are no longer sad and blue. Barack Obama, so free and cute. I'm sure he will lead America in a good road. Barack Obama is now the president. And to the White House, a new resident. Everyone loves Barack Obama, even my great-great-grandmama.
Wow.
I'm glad I was alive to see this event. I know a black family finally went to the White House to make a difference with a new kind of appearance. Everything will change in the future. From great men like Luther and all the way to Eddie Murphy. Black Barack Obama, so bold and brave, until I go to the grave. I hope this opens the eyes up to the black men so I can see the time when there's no longer any more to blame. Barack Obama can change the world for all the little boys and girls. There will be no confusion and drama because the world as Barack Obama.
Yes. Young people.
Young people,
Yeah.
14 and 15 years old.
From the mouths of babes.
14 and 15 years old. And
Give us one more.
all right, then it's I'm gonna look for. There was one particular one I wish I could really find that one. There are more, but there's one that I really want you to get, and
Okay,
it's just
well-
the way she said it.
You got it?
Yeah, well, you could probably say something while all right,
Yeah,
hold on
you
there.
find the one you want, and I'll share this piece.
Yes, no problem.
Simply entitled, Do It for the Children. Do it for the children. In the love of every man, woman, boy, and girl, you can find the key to the heart of the world. For each and every one, got to find a better way to do what some say just can't be done. Do it for the children in all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth. The innocence of a child is a seed of truth for all to see. Teach the children the truth. They're the fruit of the family tree. There's so much that the world needs that there's just too little of. But all we really got to do is give a little more love. Do it for the children and all that you do and say. Do it for the children. A lifetime of love got to be a better way. Do it for the children. Teach the children the truth.
This was the one that I like. One of the things that I really appreciated with President Obama's legacy was that there was no scandal.
Yes. Oh.
There was no scandal, and I'm not saying this as
No Obama drama.
No, and there was no scandal.
Yeah.
And this person on November 6th
Wow.
made a statement which really highlighted that President Obama's presidency was going to be a scandal-less presidency.
Oh. Wish we could say
And
that now.
this was written November 6, 2008.
If we could say that now.
And
boy, goodness.
and so this is what she said. Obama, full of pride. And I'm going to use her lingo and her language.
Okay.
Obama is the first black president. He's the best. Black is the best. Obama don't care what nobody say. He proud. He got a bang full of pride. Obama gives us the green light. Obama ready to go right. Red, green, yellow, the president. Obama could make it happen. We up there clapping. Obama, he's higher. McCain on fire. He's standing up. He into reality. He ready to go right now. Give him the green light. Obama, Obama, Obama. Obama, Obama, Obama. Obama, Obama, Obama. Barack Obama. He too clean. They ain't messing with him. Obama, they don't have nothing on him. Obama, from head, shoulder, chest, shoes, too clean. They ain't messing with him.
Wow.
November 6, 2008.
So what are the ages of some of these young people who wrote this
14 and 15 years old.
poem? Wow. That's good stuff, man. from the mouths of babes, really, if you will. Now, I want to talk about this book here as well.
This book was written while I was still living in Canada in 1995.
Yeah, let's get a shot of that.
Yeah. 1995, and it's written
entitled,
well, the English interpretation of this book is "Hey Little Boy," but it's into Jamaican dialect. Hey little boy.
I want you to read some of that dialect.
And so the poem is basically, it's talking about growing up in Jamaica as a boy.
Oh, okay.
And the different influences that impact that boy in a foreign land. And so while I was living in the middle of Canada at the time, I felt that I need to have a message out to Jamaicans all over the world in the diaspora, whether it was England, Britain, Canada, or the United States.
Wow.
And so a number of the poems reflect that theme of growing up in Jamaica as a boy. And so
yeah, because I want to hear some of the dialect.
you want to hear some of the dialect?
Yeah, that's
well, this
patois.
one,
Is that patois?
Patois.
Patois.
So this one is entitled "My Mother Never Give Up." And of course, my mother didn't give up.
Wow.
So it says here, through the struggles of life, the war and the strife, my mother keeps strong, she and God all along. My mother never give up. Sometimes it's sweet, sometimes it's hard, sometimes things stay by the yard. She makes sure that we eat bread, wash our face, and comb our head. My mother never give up. We give her trouble a lot of time. We get on top of her mind. She makes sure that we stay in line and never lag behind. My mother never give up. Without a father, she try her best. We give her food, clothes, and rest. That none of we would be a pest, nor cause life to be a mess. My mother never give up. 365 days a year, from little to bowl full, she have to share. We bend we mind to a condition, but keep her ambition. If she never care, if she never try, maybe now she would have cry. For see her son a hold a gun, a make blood run, a use cocaine in a in vain, unstable mind, violence and crime. Thank God, my mother never give up.
Wow, brother, that's beautiful, man. Come on with it. Come on, bring me something else out of there, man.
All right.
I'm loving this, brother.
So this one you know,
Wow.
is entitled
Are these some of the ones that you read?
Some of those, yes,
in
some
the
of those.
park?
And this one is about Guana School.
Okay.
And Guana School, of course, in English means go on to school.
Okay.
But in Jamaica, we use the word Guan, which is spelled
Guan.
Gwaan.
Oh.
Guan. So when somebody say Guan, it means, go on. So if somebody say to you,
Go on to school.
Guan, it means what's going on.
Oh.
Right? So and that's a regular Jamaican greeting. But this
okay.
one, it says here, Guana School. And there the students have to walk to school or take a bus. Pay their own fare to go to school. The
Oh,
bus don't take them there. They've got to pay their fare to go to school.
That sounds like Metro.
And so what happened basically, and so it says here, so the mother, this particular day when I wrote this poem, I was walking down this road and I saw this mother telling her son, go to school, boy. And when I went further down, another mother was telling her son the very same thing.
Oh, wow.
And so I wrote this poem, as a dedication to that aspect. Go on to school, get some education. Nobody twist your life to degradation. Make good use while your brain's still fresh. When you're old and gray, you will get some rest. In times like these, time nothing waste. So go on to school and make haste. What you miss today, you may not get tomorrow. When you could have a job, you have to beg and borrow. Boy, me say, go on to school. Me no want you turn no illiterate fool. Get something in your head that you can sign your name and eat bread. If you could have studied your book from front to back, like all you read the racers track, sing maths and English like DJ, success wouldn't be far from your way. Take your book and go on to school. If they don't have a desk, use a stool. You can't get a stool, use a pan, but I'm begging you, get education. Go on to school, learn John 3:16. It will teach you to know God and live clean. Serve Him and be a Christian, a blessing to your nation. Go on to school, nobody hesitate. Even if you're late, teacher won't kill you if you reach that gate. 8:30. Go on.
Go on to school.
Go on to school.
I love it. I want you to share something else. We're looking for something else that you might like to share while I share this.
Yeah.
Simply, this is for young people. Simply entitled, Because I'm Special. Because I'm special, I have my sense of self and it's not for sale. I know who I am and I refuse to fail. The power of I am is my mind's master key. For the way of the will is a life force in you and me. The sacred source of all life's wealth is simply in how you look at yourself. Because I'm special. I know who I am. I've got the power to succeed. And in the spirit of faith, I've got all that I need. A blessing as evidence of a blessing in disguise as evidence of things not seen is a secret of success and the seed of self-esteem. Because I am that I am, there's no way I can let myself down. Hang-ups and setbacks are only stepping stones to higher ground. Because I'm special. I love my sense of self and I know who I am. And I love my sense of self and it's not for sale. I know who I am and I refuse to fail just because I'm special.
I got to answer that with this one. Of course,
Come
it's
on,
not from the
come on.
book, but it's called Dream Maker.
Come on with
And you hit the spot right there when you spoke about that. Dream Maker. And all teachers are dream makers. If once you really apply your craft to really empowering and inspiring the next generation. And so this poem is entitled Dream Maker. And it says, give a kid a dream today. Build an image of hope. He may one day say, you saved me from the rope. His life may have nightmares, no future to grasp, but the dream you share will forever last. Create a dream in your class and the goals you set. As time continues to pass, the message they'll get. Leave a legacy of possibility, embedded in motivation, dreams of durability, despite the situation. Give a kid a dream today, one the kid can attain. Provide a contrast today, a contrast to pain. When life's troubles come and the kid is left to face, the dream you gave has won, the kid has won the race. Give a kid a dream today, that she can aspire. One day she'll say, your dream inspired.
Wow. And that's the job of a teacher, of a professor. To inspire. young
To inspire.
Yes.
It's the job of a teacher.
Wow.
And I want to say this, we have to do everything to preserve that teachers,
Yes.
because
Teachers
then
very
they are
special
a
people.
dying species.
Teachers are very special.
And they're very special.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
you know, we have to do everything to preserve them as much as we can.
I remember seeing a bumper sticker driving somewhere, and the bumper sticker said, "If you can read this,
Thank you, teacher.
Thank a teacher. Hug a teacher." You
Thank
know?
you, teacher.
And so I like to hug the teacher. With this poem, I also like to hug the students and like to hug myself. Because this is
Wow.
not only inspiration, but motivational poem as well. And it's simply entitled, The Law of Attraction. Fly high and dreams are forever fulfilled. You can have, do, and be whatever you will. Whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. Focus on lack and life will give you even of what you never knew you were asking for. As the law of attraction is but the master key, you are the sole creator of your own reality. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe. Graceful gratitude will open the door to a whole new world you never knew before. Focus beyond what you hold in your hand, for your every wish is the law of life's command. The power behind the mind's magnetic field is a way out of no way made real. And whether it's for better or for worse, the law of attraction unlocks the universe. What you think, feel, and ultimately receive is a reproduction of what you secretly believe, the law of attraction.
Wow. You wanted, earlier we spoke about telling the story, and I'm glad that you are sharing the story from, you know, your podium. And remember, this poem was actually in the book.
Okay.
It's written in Jamaican dialect, but mostly in English, so it's very much understandable. And it is the poem called I Want to Hear the Story. And this just drives home the emphasis and the importance of telling the story, Danny. The story must be told. It must be told.
Yes.
And so it says here, in this time, so much information, knowledge all over the place. At times we lose track of past generation, but seniors can help us to trace. From the time of their arrival, how they manage survival, how they manage to keep up hope, how they find the strength to cope, how they find the strength to cope. That's why I want to hear the story of the good old days. I said I want to hear the story of the good old ways. I said, oh, you struggle and oh, you fight. Morning, noon, and the darkest night. Food on the table, so all can eat. Sunshine, snow, and the blazing heat. I said I want to hear the story. I said I want to hear it right now. Precious knowledge going to waste. Seniors confined to solitary space. Knowledge of history and the precious past. Strong foundation to make us last. Tell me the story that I can repeat. Words of wisdom ever sweet. Tell me the story for the next generation. The story, cultural preservation. The story, cultural preservation. That's why I want to hear the story of the good old days. I said I want to hear the story of the good old ways. I said how you struggle and how you fight. Morning, noon, and the darkest night. Food on the table, so all can eat. Sunshine, snow, and the blazing heat. I said I want to hear the story. I said I want to hear it right now. What you have is what we need. Our mouths are empty for you to feed. You have silver, you have gold, riches, precious riches untold. Give us the words of nourishment, encouragement. Give us the words to press along with sound advice. Who can go wrong with sound advice? Who can go wrong? That's why I want to hear the story of the good old days. I said I want to hear the story of the good old ways. I said how you struggle and how you fight. Morning, noon, and the darkest night. Food on the table, so all can eat. Sunshine, snow, and the blazing heat. I said I want to hear the story. I said I want to hear the story. I said I want to hear it right now.
Ooh, wow. Beautiful, brother. Ooh, man, we rocking up in here. Yeah, well, let me go here. Now, what are some of the memories that you have of growing up in Jamaica?
Beautiful memories. Beautiful memories. As a boy, I had a full life.
Really?
A full, complete life.
How many siblings?
I had 5 siblings, you know, four brothers, one sister, one died some years ago, you know, so there's 5 of us left. And but I had a great life. What you see as scooter now, run all over the place.
Wow.
We made that out of car bearing, and we jump it up on it.
Scooters.
Scooter is what you see
And
as
they
a
weren't-
boy.
And they weren't electric either.
They weren't electric. They were just pure human energy.
They were legs.
They were just legs, and we going on it, and we had a great time.
One leg at that.
There you go. And I climbed trees, fruit trees. I, you know, went bird hunting with my slingshot.
Wow.
You know, I run an empty tire on the road with a stick. You know, I made a little gun out. I made a little pop gun out of metallic pen with pears. You know, and thing like that. Pear seed. You know, we cook in the bush. We went a little fishing here. Life was full.
What part of Jamaica did you?
I grew up in Kingston. That's the capital.
Kingston, okay.
But I visited my relatives in the country area. So I had a part of urban and a part of rural. You know, and life was great. And as a result of that, you know, I can fully, you know, I feel there's nothing lacking in terms of what I gained as a kid coming
What
up.
about the music? Did the music have an influence?
The
on you
music
as
is
well?
extremely important.
Yes.
A number of the music at the time, there were inspirational music. Even for the reggae music, a lot of them inspired me.
Like who?
I remember many years ago when my first marriage went down. I was in Canada, depressed, going to school, and
The music helped you.
the music. There was a song that was done by Bob Marley.
Okay.
I remember I wrote those words, the words, and put it on my locker. And the words were, "Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right." And I kept that by my locker for 4 years to motivate me. You know, there's another song that goes like this: "Take it easy. Take it easy, no need to worry. If you fall from the race, it's no disgrace. Just keep your face from off the ground." And so there were so many songs
That were
to inspire.
inspiring, yeah.
There's another one that was done by Prince Buster, one of the earlier, you know, pioneers of reggae music. Called "What a Hard Man to Die," but in Jamaica we said "What a Hard Man for Dead." You pick him up, you put him down, he bounce right back. What a hard man to die. And so when you're in a foreign land, you need motivation. And a lot of those earlier songs give you motivation. And also the gospel songs, because then I grew up in a Christian home and a Christian experience, which I still am. And but the songs, they inspire you in a different land.
Wow.
And but a different set of songs are being made right now that are a little bit questionable. You know, in terms of
Different generations.
Yeah, they disrespect a woman. You know.
Yeah, I try to stay away from things that are considered negative. You know, I try to have things that are motivation, uplifting, and positive, and that bring forth good and creativity, the best in people. You know, so I have this piece here that I'd like to share. It's simply entitled "The Sun, Sea, and Sand Go for the Getaway." A carefree escape to the sand. To the sea, sun, and sand in a tropical paradise is by far second to none. A tropical getaway in a leisure world paradise will free your heart and soul will free your mind to your heart and soul's delight. White sand beaches and palm trees that dance and sway, white orchids and ocean breezes that make you want to come and stay. An island world that moves at a leisurely pace takes your inner spirit to another time and place. So for the love of tongue twister. So for the love of sun, sand, and sea, go for the getaway of tropical tranquility. If you want to be free, to make complete and whole, don't fight the feeling to restore your soul. For a heaven on earth passport to peace of mind, a sunrise to sunset escape can help you take some time. So for the time of your life, put it in your plan. Between work and play, get you some sun, sea, and sand, and just go for a getaway.
I was thinking that the Jamaica Tourist Board could use that, and all of the cruise ship could use that. Could use that because then it's just so relevant right to what they're trying to promote.
I've tried for the longest time, but when you don't know the right people. Yeah, I've tried. You know, this would be great for promotion.
Oh yeah, because it's promotional poem. It's just basically.
Let's take a look at it.
Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
See if we can get a shot at that, Tony.
Oh yes, that's it.
Yeah, that's
the Sun, Sea, and Sand.
And I wrote this like 2002, man. Yeah, I wrote this quite a number of years ago, and I was thinking about that. I didn't want to, in the writing of it, I didn't want to name any particular island.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to include all of them.
Well, that's true. You're right. You're right. No, but and it's you're doing right by saying that, because in some
Yes.
of these islands are just consistently beautiful in terms of the weather, So
Yes. Wow,
it's great.
brother. It's been great having you here, man. How can we get in touch with you? And what's next for you what's next on the chessboard for you in terms of writing?
What I'm trying to do, what I did not tell you, Danny, is that I have a manuscript right now, a book called Ganja Money.
Ganja Money.
Ganja Money. It was written
Wow.
from 2000, but I have going back and forth with it. I'm just at the 17th chapter, and there's 3 more chapters to go.
And what is ganja?
Ganja is what you call 420 year, or the pot marijuana.
Oh.
So, and the
Oh,
plot,
okay.
the
That's
pot,
what you call it in Jamaica?
ganja,
Ganja,
Ganga, and
There's another name for it also, isn't it?
a reefer. I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean the
but
Jamaican
the reason
culture.
why I wrote I had just learned how to write a novel at the time, so I said, let me use my skills of what I know growing up in Jamaica.
Okay.
And so I just started writing.
Wow.
And basically, the plot is about these 3 friends who were having a cookout in the very cool part of the morning where the whole neighborhood was sleeping.
Okay.
And a plane came crashing down close to where they were. And they managed to try to help and rescue the passenger, the pilot and passenger, but without much help. And they were able to retrieve a suitcase containing $2 million.
Oh,
And it
wow.
worked itself out through their
You
personalities.
got to bring that, brother. You got to bring that story.
So,
That's going to be a heck of a story there.
Yes, so I mean, had I had enough time, then I probably would have just read the first chapter for you, at least the first page of that. But what I'm saying is, so that's what
Ganja. Okay.
Ganja Money. So these 3 guys find $2 million, and it works itself through their characters being observed by the drug on the world and by the DEA and the Jamaican Drug Enforcement.
Wow, that's going to be pretty deep, brother.
Yes,
That's
it
gonna
is.
be deep. Make me think about that old song by Rita. One job.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So but basically, I'm very thankful that you could invite me to your show.
Oh, it's
because
my
then
pleasure, brother.
sometimes you just get so boggled down with teaching and with so many things until you come and drag me out, metaphorically speaking, that I could get the honor of coming on your show and sharing with your audience and to those who will see this Facebook Live event. I'm very thankful to you, sir.
And I'm glad you came for the getaway.
Thank you. Oh, yes, that's it.
And we're definitely going to have you back, brother.
Well, I thank you,
It's
sir.
been my pleasure. Master Poet, we've been talking with the great Master Poet, brother. I mean, the way you came with the dialect, man, that just was just so beautiful, man.
Please allow me if you can.
My good friend Trevor Lawrence, I thank you for coming and sharing with us here on Calling Me Poetry.
All right.
I drew a blank there for
Thank
a second,
you,
but it's all good. And we're definitely going to have you back. For those who like to get in touch with you, is there a website or something?
Well, put it this up. If they want to get in touch with me, all I can say, get in touch with Danny.
Okay.
Danny will get in touch with me.
That's enough for me, and I thank you for coming and playing
God bless you,
sharing
man.
with us, brother.
Pleasure
I'm Poet
is mine.
Danny Queen. This is Calling Me Poetry. Until next time, we wish you love, peace, and poetry. I am, I can, and I will.
Thank you.